Okay, because it is a Fibonacci number. But in general, if you actually were to look at the charts of the stocks, when they actually climb before they actually have a retracement after that, is within 12 to 21 months at top. In general, on average. Okay, this period. So I don't know where you stand and where you belong, but what I'm trying to say over here is there's a difference between trading and investing. Okay? There is a difference between trading and investing. So remember this. All right? So clear this. And the next one, we're going to move on. Point number 4. Topping patterns are usually shorter in duration and more volatile than bottoms. Okay? I will show you an example later. Don't worry. All right? So topping patterns basically are talking about patterns like that, and like that. All right? I'll be talking about it in detail later. Is this a very common pattern? Yes or no? Type your answer inside the chat group. Yes or no? Is it a very common pattern? Yes or no? Is it a very common pattern? Type your answer inside the chat group. Okay, this is a very common pattern. So it is very important for you to have the ability to recognize what is a topping pattern and what is not a topping pattern. I will be talking about it in detail, how you can actually do a recognition out of it. At the same time, when these kind of things happen, you all know that the impending risk that if you actually choose to participate to trade, I use the word trade because it is a short duration pattern. Okay, so basically you don't expect it to even last beyond 3 months. In the other words, if you don't believe me, go and pull out all the charts that you remember. Suddenly the stock just fly all the way up and dive all the way down. Okay, for Malaysia stock, for sure there's a very what do you call it? A very obvious one okay, a very obvious one. But obviously in America also there is as well. Okay, there is as well. I will show you some example later. Don't worry about it. So most of you actually answer yes, you have seen it before in general. So then I'll move on to the next point. All right, point number 5. Bottoms usually have smaller price range and takes a longer time to build. All right, so this is in consideration to point number 3. All right, so basically what it says, in the other words, bottoms usually have smaller price range. When it says smaller price range, what is the first thing that came across your head? The word. Does anyone want to try to answer it? Okay, when smaller price ranges, what kind of word that is very common for people to use, and they say it all the time, what do you call it? Anyone would like to take a jab on the answer for it? Anyone? Doji? No, not doji. Doji is indecision. We're not talking about candlestick today at study. Sideways. Okay, consolidation. All right, that's a good one. That's a very good one. So basically, in the other words, the price will have a range. Okay, and you know that it's trading in between only. And normally when you trade like that, more often than not, this kind of situation, people actually end up losing money. If you're not familiar how to, that's number 1, or otherwise, you end up losing patience. So you need to know your game plan. So let's say, for example, you know this fella is in the process of consolidation, but what kind of consolidation it is also is very important. Hence, that's the reason why I say you must know what a reversal pattern is in place. Because let's say for example, we talk about symmetrical triangle. The price fluctuates up and down. It gets narrower, narrower. Okay, suddenly there's a breakout. The price went up, breakout. Then after that, it retraces back in the triangle before that thing actually continues shooting up. There is cases like that also. Or otherwise, the easiest way is just wait. Sit tight and wait, and then just monitor. All right? Upon breakout, immediately, more often than not, it will retrace. When you retrace the spot, this is where you buy. We have spoken about this before. It is always better to buy on retracement than to buy on breakout. All right? Because more often than not, I can tell you, when you do buy on breakout, when the retracement happens, you actually have the tendency to stop loss. All right? And when you stop loss and the thing climb back up again, then you start knocking yourself. on your head, or otherwise your head on the wall. Okay. So I want you to pay attention to that, and that is very, very important as well. All right. Then down to the last point. Okay. Take longer to build. The longer the pattern is, the greater the subsequent movement is. Always remember this. This is very, very important. All right. And more often than not, just a quick sidetrack aside from chart pattern. Okay. Because Homily has the MCD. Which indicator do you think will give you an idea of accumulation? Just a quick test on knowledge, because I've run through the MCD class already. All right. And I think I conducted, was it 2 classes? I think in detail about just on MCD alone. Very, very detailed. Anyone? Which indicator, which part of an indicator in the MCD will tell you that it is a process of accumulation and or consolidation? Answer? YK says profitable chip. Anyone else? Anyone else? YK says profitable chips. All right. Elaine says floating chips. Ken says log chips moving average. Ken, I need you to elaborate a little bit more. When you say log chips MA, what log chips MA are you referring to? Theo says profitable chips. Anyone else? Come on, I need more answers from you all, because you see the answers are all mixed, huh? All right, the answers are all mixed. So basically, most of you actually have forgotten what I actually taught in the class. All right, sad to say, but you all have forgotten. All right, so I need more answers. Probably another 3 more. Anyone? Answer inside the chat group, please. Inside the MCD, what will give you a signal of, or a pattern of, that is showing you that it is running through a process of accumulation or consolidation? All right, L chip, L chip, L chip, P chip, floating chips, DE profitable chips. Let me tell you one thing, only one person answered it correctly. Okay, and it's actually floating chips. Okay, or otherwise the FCMA, the F chip moving average. All right, and this is where a lot of you actually ignore it. All right, because the MCD gives you a congruency in information where when you see a chart pattern, you have an additional indicator in hand because you have paid money. Okay, because you have paid money. Okay, you have paid money in order to have more indicators in hand to view, so that you have greater clarity when you intend to trade or invest. And then after that, the poor understanding of it, all right, does not enable you to take this advantage in the process. All right. So I'm just going to show you one very, very quick example. All right. Can you all see my PC kit chart? If you can see, type the word yes inside the chat group before I continue. All right. Okay, everyone can see, then I'll just continue. You'll go back and forth. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys can see again. All right. If you notice it over here. Okay, just a quick one. All right. Now, this example I'm supposed to show it to you guys later, but I just fast forward a little bit. You are able to see that here, this price was supported here, supported again over here, hence it becomes a double bottom. And when it becomes a double bottom, one thing you notice, the floating chip actually was increasing in that process. All right. Now, the next thing over here, we do the projection, which I will talk about it later. All right. What's the minimum target in order to be achieved? And you'll be surprised what will come out of this. All right. So my question, I fall back again. What indicator should you use on MCD in order to identify, to ensure and confirm that the accumulation or the consolidation process is actually taking place? Type your answer inside the chat group now. I'll be waiting for it. Please get this right, because it's not only applicable for the US stocks, it's applicable for any stocks that you intend to trade using the Omni software.